Hi guys, Nick and Beck from Lacey Lane, and we have got Loz here,
Hi.
our marketing manager, aka Beck's best friend / sister, you could say. And we've been having lots of people over the time asking us questions about toileting tips. So we thought we'd just do a video and a chat about what we've done over the time. Our girls are already toilet trained, but Loz is going through that at the moment with her little girl Evie.
Yep.
So we thought we'd just have a chat and hopefully you guys can pull a little bit of info and maybe some tips and tricks from it. So Evie is how old now?
She's 19 months.
Yeah, and so you guys have started the toilet training.
Very, very early stages of
Yeah.
toilet training.
So far, what have you done?
Well, from when she was little and she started, understanding that she was weeing and pooing,
Mm-hmm.
that gave us an awesome tip going into parenting of toilet training was to do sign language, because they can sign before they can speak usually when it comes to
Yeah.
the toilet.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what age you're toileting your child as well. I was lucky and had two girls that were ready very early on. They were both toilet trained day and night by 18 months, and they couldn't really talk. So we would do this sign for poos and this
Yeah.
sign for wheeze.
Yeah.
So they would come up to me and do this or this,
And then you rush to the toilet.
and I'd rush to the toilet. So initially it started with, what I did, it was summer and they were naked for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And I was just prepared to clean my carpets and clean my floors at the end of it.
Yeah.
And just every time that they did a wee, we'd go wheeze, wheeze, wheeze.
Yeah.
And every time they'd get the urge to poo, I'd do this.
That was pretty much the same as Talia. Like Emmy was a different story, but Talia, she was toilet trained around 18 months. But it was summertime, so
Yeah.
we just spent 2 weeks out in the patio
And
all day.
didn't really leave
And
the
just
house.
had the potty. Although I don't think she really went on the potty that much. She was
No,
kind
I
of a
think-
straight to the toilet
And
kind of
my
kid.
girls were as well, yeah.
But it was funny with Talia, there was just a moment, so we'd do, as soon as she wake up from a nap or wake up in the morning, pop her straight on the toilet, and you'd put her in there throughout the day, hoping something would happen, and if something did happen, you'd go crazy. And
Yeah.
I remember I'd sit her on the toilet and both Chris and I would sing, the only way we'd get her to stay there was we'd sing Dr. Knickerbocker,
Oh, mate.
and you had to do the dance like the Wiggles.
Yeah.
And it was, I wish I filmed Chris doing it, 'cause but that's how we keep her on there. But it was literally just one day, she actually came into me in the sewing room, and she was strapping around naked, as she did all the time, and she started to do a wee, and because we were like in the sewing room, there's carpet, I freaked out straight away, went, and she, as soon as she heard me do that, she clenched and she stopped, and from that minute on, she clicked and went, oh, that's how you do it. And so she was toilet trained from then on, because she knew how to control the stocking and starting sort of thing. But I think sometimes it's just like,
How
it has
old
to
was
click.
Talia?
18 months.
Yeah.
But like, she was always early with a lot of stuff.
She was, I remember.
But
I think
yeah,
they
it
really
was
have to be ready for it. I don't think you can force it on
100%.
a kid.
Well, I tried M at that age and there was just no way she was ready.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Evie's 100% there yet.
Mm.
So she went through a big fascination of loving the toilet,
Yeah.
where we'd get up every morning and I'd say, do you want to go to the toilet? And she'd be like, just light up on her
Yeah.
face and run to the toilet
So
before I could even get out of bed.
Yeah.
And she'd do a wee every morning, and then we went away. And I think
change
that-
of routine.
Yeah, just
Gets
done
it
her a little
every
bit,
time.
came home and she didn't want to borrow the toilet, so I didn't want to push it.
Yeah.
But every time she does a wee or a poo now, she's doing her signing.
Yep.
Poos I can get a bit of warning on, but wee she doesn't do the signing until she's actually weeing.
Yeah.
So,
But then does
again-
she do the sign once she's weed?
Yeah, and she can stop
That's
mid-flow,
cool.
stop and start.
Oh, awesome.
She'll pee and then go, oh, I'm weeing, and then walk a bit and then stop, and then the puddle would become like spread across the lounge. But I am taking her to the toilet every time she does it.
Yes.
So every time she signs, I think it's really important that you associate the toilet. So
Keep
I've run her,
following her.
even if she's not doing anything on the toilet,
Yep.
I'm putting her straight there, and like you with Dr. Knickerbocker, we do round around the garden,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that keeps her on, but only for a little bit. But now we've started doing this little piggy went to market,
Oh yes. Good
and
one.
because her feet are so far off the floor,
Yeah.
it's super cute. So that's her entertainment while she's weeing and
Yeah.
sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Do you use lollies, Beck? like
Rewards.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
your
Oh,
reinforcers.
Yeah, definitely. They got it.
And it sat like at the top of in the bathroom on the windowsill. I thought that was you.
No,
And then every time they
me.
did it, yeah, it was me. I actually got literally like the teeniest bit of a lolly, but because that kid never had lollies, and she was just like, this is the best.
No, I think you are right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's how they train. It's how
I
like,
used to get them to drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water.
and the water bottle.
Yeah, and when they were on the toilet, because the toilet was in a separate room to the bathroom, I used to get a cup of water and tip it down the back of the toilet so they could hear that water trickling sound, and that worked a treat.
Yeah.
Made them
Really,
weak.
yeah,
Yeah.
made them weak. And even I'd tip some water like down their legs, or put their hands in the water. Tried everything, but it
Not the toilet water.
not the toilet water,
The cup water.
Yeah,
That would
the
be
water in the cup. But I found that worked really well. As well.
Yeah. Well, with Em, because obviously she was just a little bit, all kids train differently. Reinforcers was a huge one with her. So Emmy's school, and we did as well, worked with reinforcing every single time. But then Emmy, she uses picture cards to communicate. So she was toilet trained at like 2.5, which we were just so stoked with. She did so well. Once she kind of figured it out, then she was, it just has to click.
For those of you that don't know, next daughter, Emmy Bell, has autism.
Yes.
So she uses PECS cards, little picture cards, to communicate a lot of the time because she's not so verbal.
Yeah.
So toilet training was a total different
It
experience.
was very, very different. I mean, this can work with all kids anyway, even if they do speak. Sometimes it's a visual that it just clicks a bit quicker for them. So we'd have picture cards on the toilet door. And they have them at her school as well. So when she needs to go to the toilet, she rips the picture card off. It's like a Velcro on the back, and hands it to the teacher, and then they go to the toilet.
Yeah.
Whereas here she takes herself, which is awesome.
I think that's kind of a similar aspect to the sign.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's like a physical thing rather than a verbal communication.
Yeah.
Emmy might have taken to signing.
I reckon she might have.
I think
Yeah.
she would have,
I reckon, I didn't even think to try that actually.
Yeah.
But I guess at the school, because we kind of go with what the school
Exactly.
does, and
You know,
she
the
uses
replicator
PECS
at
to communicate anyway. So, that was, visuals are really good. And we also did visuals with how to go to the toilet. So there was like a step-by-step, like you pull your pants down and you sit on the toilet, and then it has the picture, and they're like cartoon pictures of, the wee in the toilet.
Step by step.
And then washing your hands. And for her, it just sunk in because she got it. Okay, so that's all the steps for going to the toilet, and it just made a bit more sense.
Yeah.
But she picked it up pretty well.
Another question as well we got asked was, how do you know when your child is actually ready to, go through toilet training? And for me personally, I found that when my kids started to kind of go away and hide themselves to do food, like it's because they had that mind control.
They know it's coming on.
Yeah, I'm going to move over to that room or that corner, and do it over there.
Yeah, that
I
was
just did like a
were you going to do the food face?
Evie is hilarious. She bends right over like this.
Yeah.
But she also does fake ones in between just to exaggerate.
Emmy used to lift up her shirt. Every time she needed to poo, she'd lift her shirt up, and then she'd kind of like...
And that's another thing, remember Ruby, her hair is like down to her butt, and she for ages, I think only recently, and she's 5 now, she'll go to the toilet with her hair down because she used to freak out she was going to poo or wee on her hair. So everywhere she'd go frantically, and she wouldn't go to the toilet until I had her hair up.
Mom!
Yeah.
I need to do a poo! And you'd have to run down and tie her hair up in a bun.
The funny things. And
finished!
And Mia only used to go to the toilet naked. She couldn't wear any clothes.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
So funny.
For a little bit, they grow out of it. But
Well, Evie's definitely not hiding to go to the toilet.
Okay.
She'll be mid-stride and go, ooh, I'm going to poop.
Mm.
And just stop wherever she is and just...
Yeah.
do you think the signing will work?
Oh yeah, I'm really glad we did it. We started doing it from I think it was about 12 months. So obviously.
So when you
only
change her
started-
nappy, then
no,
do your signs and
so we were only doing poos because obviously we don't know when she was weeing.
Yeah.
Apart, sometimes you get a wee face and they do the shudder and you're like, why did you do a wee? Yeah, so it was mainly poos to begin with, and then because she had her nappy off a lot of the summer, obviously you could see when she was weaning.
Yeah.
And she's actually been stopping and starting her wees for a while,
Yeah.
probably 3 months.
Yeah.
Maybe
cool.
if she's not liking the toilet, she would do a
I
potty.
don't think she's not liking the toilet. She's just at that stage where she's started to understand that she can say no.
Right.
Evie, do I
Fun
go to the
stage.
toilet? No. No. And I'm like, do I push it or do I not push it?
Yeah. I thought I'd touch on as well when we were saying how to know when they're ready. So with the poos, sometimes, you know, they hide or whatever. But also with the wees, if they look down
Yeah.
when they're about to wee,
Yeah.
like, so, well, you know,
Yeah.
because we toilet trained and the kids would just be outside, you know, with no nappy on, and then you'd see them look down and then they would wee. So when you see them
Yeah.
acknowledging it before it comes, I think they're ready.
Yeah.
And I don't
think
think
to-
Evie's there yet.
And
Yeah.
I think to do a test, let them strap around naked
And
for a
just
while
fill
and
them up
just-
with water
Fill
all
them up
day.
with
Watermelon, water, anything that's going to make them
Yeah.
go.
And then just watch them.
Oh, and
And
another
see
big
how they
thing
react.
that these two taught me was when they do have an accident on the floor is to not get cross at them.
No,
You
no.
need to sort of go, good job you did a wee, but we really need to do it in the toilet.
Yeah, and always take them even after.
Always take them.
So
Yeah.
you go wheeze go on the toilet
Yeah.
and you take them to sit on the toilet.
Because if you get cross, they could have really negative
What do you
associations.
I just got visuals of like when Emmy would need to do a poo and she's strapping around and you catch the poo face and then you'd kind of you'd be running her to the toilet praying no nuggets fall out of the floor on the way. I mean, I don't even know how many times we did that.
Evie's
Oh.
first toilet experience was a Saturday morning, and she was just playing around naked, so I'd just taken off her nighttime nappy and was just letting her strap around. And she was jumping on the bed, on our bed,
Oh no.
and then she stopped.
Oh
And I run, picked her up off the bed, and then just thought, I can't get a nappy, like there's no time. So quickly, we luckily had a little IKEA seat that goes on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Put that on, sat her down, and she did a poo. That was her first toilet
Yeah.
experience, was a poo.
Yeah.
And I was
Were
like,
you just going nuts?
well, I had to wait. I'm like, I need to wait, because if I start screaming mid-poo,
Oh yeah,
Sure,
she'll finish
so
she
it.
might not finish.
Yeah.
So I was like patiently sitting there inside, self-combusting with excitement while she's pooing on the toilet. And then she's finished, and I've just like, it was just a party in the bathroom.
That is so,
It
yeah.
was hilarious.
That is
And then
so
she
cool.
knew, she grabbed for the toilet paper, because she obviously watches us.
Yeah.
And she gets it, and she like gets a little bit off, and she just stuffs it down. She does no
Yeah.
wiping yet.
Yeah.
But it's still cute.
Yeah. Actually, that you mentioned she watches us, that was something that really
Yes.
helped Emmy.
Yep.
I don't think I needed to really do that with Talia. I'm sure she follows me everywhere and she still does. But
Yeah.
Do any mums really shut the
Do
toilet?
any,
down?
no,
can
no.
anyone's little peas
but what we used to do though is like I would plan it so that I'd find Em when I need to go and do a wee, so that she could literally, and
Yeah.
as gross as it sounds, I would
Oh.
sit on the toilet and say wheeze, like, and she would watch,
Yeah.
and she would say wheeze, and that really helped her. Like
Yes.
it really clicked for her. Yeah.
But
Heaps of
yeah,
good tips.
that's some tips from us.
Yes. I hope you got something out of it.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.